because this is a very important debate. Sanskrit, viewers, is in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. Vande Mataram is written in Sanskrit. It was written originally in Sanskrit in a Bengali script. Our national anthem is written in Hindi, which is derived from Sanskrit. Malayalam and Kannada are just some languages influenced by Sanskrit. Some of our treasured cultural works have been written in Sanskrit. Some of our MPs, like the lady in the middle of your screens, Bansuri Swaraj, took oath upon the Constitution. Some of our religious texts have been written in Sanskrit. It is part of our Sanskriti. It is integral to the idea of Bharat, so much so that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar moved amendment in the Constituent Assembly proposing that Sanskrit should be the official language of the Union of India. But despite its unquestionable pedigree, its salience to our culture, its integral part of the idea of Bharat, DMK Minister Dayanidhi Maran has insulted the language, saying any effort to incorporate it into the daily working of the parliament is a waste of taxpayer money. It's redundant. Viewers, not many people speak Latin in the world either. If you go and tell the West that why don't you tear up Latin and throw it into the garbage can, and let's not have even various invocations in churches in Latin anymore. Why is taxpayer money being spent on all of this? There'd be a riot, let me tell you, viewers. But in India, it's okay. It passes for free speech. You can hurt the sentiments of a whole swath of Indians, but it's free speech. Anyhow, listen to this, viewers. Listen to him.
Can you tell me which state official language is Sanskrit? Why are you wasting taxpayers' money, which the language is not even communicable? It's not even communicated in any of the states in India, and nobody is speaking. Sir, the population survey in 2011 said only 73,000 people are supposed to be speaking. Sir, when that's the data, why should the taxpayers' money be wasted because of your RSS ideologies?
Linking Sanskrit to RSS ideology. Only the RSS should be interested, according to Dayanidhi Maran, in perpetuating Sanskrit. Everyone else has long logged out and junked it. Viewers, when your Purohit marries an Indian couple, there are Sanskrit shlokas. Let's throw them also out. Forget it. Why have Sanskrit at all? Why waste money on a language that no one communicates in? The Lok Sabha speaker was quick to remind Maran of the centrality of Sanskrit, giving him a short lesson in the process. Listen in, viewers.
आप दुनिया के किस देश में रह रहे हो? ये भारत है और भारत की मूल भाषा संस्कृत रही है और इसीलिए हमने कहा 22 भाषाओं में, केवल संस्कृत में नहीं कहा। आपको संस्कृत की क्यों आपत्ति हुई? आपको संस्कृत भाषा की क्यों आपत्ति हुई? आपको हिंदी में आपत्ति हो, आपको संस्कृत में भाषा हो। भारत में 22 भाषाएं हैं जो संसद में मान्यता प्राप्त है और 22 भाषाओं में होगी, संस्कृत में भी होगी और हिंदी में भी होगी।
Viewers, let us run through some hard facts, and I always bring you the hard facts so you can separate the wheat from the chaff, fact from fiction, to help locate the salience of Sanskrit in the national imagination. Sanskrit included in 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution along with 21 other languages. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar submitted amendment in Constituent Assembly proposing Sanskrit to be the official language of the Indian Union. Sanskrit is the primogenitor of Pali, which was the means of exposition of Buddhistic ideas. Vande Mataram was written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee in Sanskrit. Kannada and Malayalam are influenced by Sanskrit. The DMK's distaste for both Sanatan and India's Sanskriti points to a troubling parochialism which raises some basic questions about its commitments to the nation's unity and its diversity. And there are some big questions, viewers, as DMK's chauvinistic outlook blinded it to Sanskrit's inclusion in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. Was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar part of RSS ecosystem for backing Sanskrit as the official language of the Union? Let's open this up. Let's ask some of these basic questions tonight, viewers, without ado. And I want to begin with analyst who is also pro-DMK on our show, Mr. Rajashekharan. Mr. Rajashekharan, tell me, B.R. Ambedkar wanted to elevate Sanskrit to the language of the Indian Union. It is a language that is part of the 8th schedule of the Constitution. Is the schedule of the Constitution also, viewers, pro-RSS? Mr. Rajashekharan, Ambedkar also pro-RSS. Was he an RSS Shakha man?
Rahul, I am not pro-DMK. I am pro-people, pro-nation. So let me make it clear.
Yeah.
But as far as this language issue is concerned, Tamil, that we say Tamil. Tamil is the oldest language. As you claim before you started this debate, that Kannada, Telugu and all came from Sanskrit, which is not right.
I didn't say Telugu, sir.
Wrong.
I didn't say Telugu.
No.
I didn't say Telugu. Don't get me
Kannada.
wrong. Don't put words in my mouth.
You said Kannada.
I said
Malayalam.
Kannada. I said it's influenced. There are words.
Yes, no,
there are words
that is wrong.
there are words, sir. Even I know how to speak a bit of it. I'm from
factually
there.
wrong.
No, please. Don't do this tonight.
Please.
I am not sitting here and saying that the entire language is a product of it. I'm saying it's influenced by. There are some words which overlap. Why would the speakers of another language borrow from Sanskrit some words? I'm asking you, Rajashekharan.
I totally disagree with you.
Oh, you
There
disagree.
is no wrong in
Right.
learning Sanskrit, and I'm not against
No,
Sanskrit.
hang
I think
on.
it's very
No, one
clear.
second.
But as far
Dayanidhi
as-
Maran has
as
come
far
out.
as-
Come to the point. Chandrasekhar, come to the
Yes.
point.
No, let me
Dayanidhi
come
Maran
to
gets
the
up and
point.
says it's a
Because
waste
you're
of taxpayer
begging
money.
me.
Do you agree with him, yes or no?
Please allow me to speak. Please allow me to finish my whatever I want to say. See, I partly agree with Dayanidhi Maran because he is right. Only 70,000 people speak Sanskrit. That is also not spoken on the daily basis, or it's not a communicable language. Everything is right on that point. But as far as learning or understanding Sanskrit or spending money for Sanskrit, promoting Sanskrit is not required.
Mr.
It's
Rajashekharan,
unwarranted. That's what I'm trying to say.
don't ignore what he said. You're selectively cherry picking what you want to agree with. I want to ask you. You said
No,
partly.
that's
Do
what
you?
I
No,
said.
one second. Listen
I
to me now.
admitted, I admitted,
No,
I partly agree
Rajashekharan,
with
listen to me.
Dayanidhi
He says that why are we wasting funds on a language that is only exalted by the RSS and its ideology? Is that the case?
I'll tell you, India is facing an
I'm asking you, sir, answer the question.
Facing an economic catastrophe.
Okay.
And India is facing so much issues with so many other problems are there.
Yeah.
And nobody is talking about that.
Mr. Rajashekharan, don't change the goalpost. You're here. Why are you here on this show then? Why don't you sit on some economic channel and talk about economy? You've come here to answer the questions that I'm posing to you.
Yes.
To defend Dayanidhi Maran. So I'm asking you, how is Sanskrit? Do you agree with that part?
Yes,
Because of
I
RSS
agree.
ideology, we
Not-
should. Hang on. Do you have no respect for Sanskrit?
No, I respect all.
So then are you an
languages. That
RSS
doesn't mean-
person? Are you an RSS
No, no.
person?
No, I'll tell you, I respect all the languages.
No,
but
no.
why
Are you an
trying to
RSS
impose-
person? Do you think only RSS
But-
people respect and want this language to be perpetuated in this country?
RSS,
No, what
the
is he
last
talking
10
about?
years of the governance
Tell Mr.
of
Maran,
BJP,
what is he talking
No,
about?
I'll tell you. Please, what I'm trying to insinuate, what
Yeah.
Dayanidhi Maran has said or spoke in the
Listen,
parliament. that
I'll
last
tell you,
10 years,
this is an attempt,
no,
viewers,
last
to
10
divide
years,
this
it is
country.
the
A
RSS
lot of people
which is
don't speak.
influencing
A lot of people don't
everything.
speak some of those 21 languages, viewers. Should all of them? They're not communicable across states. Not everybody can communicate in, Telugu to a person from Andhra. Not everyone can speak Malayali. So should we now look at numbers? Jitna abadi utna haq, and say, no, this is only spoken by, some 2 lakh people or 2 crore people. The other one is spoken by 500 crore people. So let's make the 500. What are you talking? Okay, Mr. Iyer Mitra, would you like to respond to this man who has left his basic common sense behind in some jungle?
Rahul, I just want to I have a few points, but first point out to the irony of a family that keeps chaste Sanskrit names. Karunanidhi, Dayanidhi, Udayanidhi, even our lawyer friend here, Rajashekhar, all pure Sanskrit names. They should first change their names to names like Arivadi Muttu and things like that. Tamil Kudi Magan. Incidentally, Tamil Kudi Magan was the minister for Tamil language. He never did anything. All he did was put up these placards across various parts of Tamil Nadu saying, "Long live divine classical Tamil language." That was his entire job portfolio. None of these people, Dayanidhi himself, Udayanidhi, they are all graduated from Don Bosco. None of them want to go to a Tamil medium school. Why don't they graduate from Tamil medium schools? Why doesn't Dayanidhi send his kids? Why doesn't Udayanidhi send his kids to Tamil medium schools? Why do they all go to English medium?
Hypocrites.
Tamil, they keep saying Tamil. But it is all lip service. For their kids, it is something else. Tamil for you, English for me.
Prime Minister Modi was telling Tamil.
So, this is the whole problem with all of them.
Even Prime
They
Minister
are the
was
biggest
telling
hypocrites around. They make fools of other people, and this is what they get up to. So, and let us put this entire speech also in context. You see, Dayanidhi himself has been marginalized in the party. He is nowhere near the power that his father Murasoli Maran ji had. Murasoli Maran was deeply trusted by Karunanidhi. Dayanidhi, the Maran side of the family, has been completely knocked out of all the assets, out of Sun TV, out of everything. So this is just Dayanidhi trying to get some cheap publicity in the hope
which he got some.
Up something. So he got it, yeah.
Yeah, he got it. Dr. Raman, I want to ask you, why pivot, Tamil versus Sanskrit, Tamil versus, some other language, Sanskrit versus several other languages? What is this going on? Can you explain where this is coming from? I'm not expecting you to take a pro and I just want to understand the background. Why is Dayanidhi Maran, quite a cosmopolitan person, reducing himself to this level? I want to ask
Rahul, it's got to be seen in the context of Mr. Udayanidhi Stalin's statement about eradicating Sanatana Dharma and all that. So probably Mr. Maran is trying to gain some brownie points with his new boss, or his future boss in terms of, appeasing or adding some kind of weight to what he said. Having said that, there are 2-3 important points which need to be remembered. Sanskrit may be given as a mother tongue only of 23,000 or 24,000 people, but there are more than 30 to 40 lakh people across India who are learning Sanskrit. It may not be their primary native mother tongue, but it is one of the languages that they learn and read. Google Translate has a very, very large, segment that does translation into Sanskrit. And most importantly, states in India like Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh have declared Sanskrit as a second official language. So I think that it is ridiculous for Mr. Dayanidhi Maran, perhaps he is not aware of all this, to actually stand up in parliament and say what he said today. But I can clearly see where he is coming from. He thinks that this is going to get him some brownie points with Mr. Udayanidhi Stalin in the light of this, sort of commitment that the DMK has made to eradicate Sanatan Dharma. So the point also is that Sanskrit is necessary to understand a lot of the past. A whole lot of the inscriptions which are available in our in monuments and so on happen to be in Sanskrit, at least in large parts of southern part of India. So you need Sanskrit as a language to understand what.
So it's not a waste of taxpayer money to try.
I don't think so.
Okay, it's not. So we now know. Ajay, look, I want to understand from you, why is it that the BJP hasn't raised this as an issue, seeking a privilege motion against Dayanidhi Maran? Many people will now, today, see this, and I think Dr. Raman and Mr. Iyer, who are at least not taking a partisan position tonight, they're speaking in the national interest, they're talking about larger issues. They're saying that this is all some brownie point scoring exercise. So he's dividing this country. He's sowing the seeds of a parochialism. And remember what happened to Tamilian people in Maharashtra under the then Shiv Sena of Bal Thackeray. They were all thrown out, viewers. We can't afford to have this in a country that's moving forward. So Ajay, look, what is going to happen to Dayanidhi Maran? Is he going to get away?
Well, Rahul, when he spoke all these words, it was Speaker himself who immediately interrupted and chided him. So BJP's stand is very much clear when the Speaker himself just questioned him and all the statements. Now this Dayanidhi Maran, he doesn't know that, well, Sanskrit is definitely from Indo-Aryan culture and definitely Tamil is from Dravidian culture. There is no doubt about it. But does he know that in Dravidian Tamil, the 30% of words are absorbed from the Sanskrit itself? This is nothing. This is just a separatist idea which they have been promoting for long. When Udayanidhi Stalin says that Sanatan, let's eradicate Sanatan, it's like Corona. It is nothing else. It's just India. When Kharge's son, Priyank Kharge, says in Karnataka that the maximum tax revenue comes from south and we get nothing, so let's have a south and north divide. So this is a very, and just now Mr. Raman, whatever he may be saying, but the fact is that the Congress is in hand and gloves with these people. Now, in pursuit of power, they are ready to divide India because they think that that part of the country understands me better. That's what Rahul Gandhi said when he went to the Kerala. That when I was in UP, I think Kerala understands me better. So this is desperate politics, a politics of separation, a politics of separatism, a politics of sowing seeds of hatred towards each other, nothing else. And I think there's nothing intellectual to discuss about this. This is ridiculous and this should be condemned outrightly, that what BJP has done. And we'll keep on doing it.
Viewers, had this been,
DMK, we all know
yes,
what they stand for.
Yes, I remember. I remember. Now, hang on. I'll tell you something.
Supported Tamil militants.
Yes, I'll tell you something, viewers. When Amit Shah makes a statement about Hindi, everybody will whip it up into a frenzy and say, "Look, these guys, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, am I wrong? That these guys are imposing Hindi across the length and breadth of this country. They are dividing this country. They're subsuming it in this RSS mindset." I want to see tomorrow how many of these great portals that speak truth to power will talk about this gentleman, this Maran gentleman, who is dividing our country. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, what do you think?
Well, the portals that you're talking about, they're funded by USAID. And Mr. Maran's government also gives them some funding, you see. So, they talk about everything except what Mr. Maran and what the Sanskrit named Nidhi family. Let's call them the Nidhi family because they're all named Sanskrit Nidhi. We should actually call them the Sanskrit Kovida Nidhi family. They will never write about it. They'll write about everything else. So Amit Shah, now listen, there is a case to be made. Let us take Dayanidhi's case purely economically and say it makes perfect sense because only say 20-30,000 people speak Sanskrit in this country, 70,000 people apparently according to census speak Sanskrit. There is an even bigger economic case to be made for a single link language for the entire country. Will they accept that rationale? The moment you raise that, they will go berserk and say, what did Tamil Kudi Magan say? Long live divine classical Tamil. Do you know 90% of Tamil speakers can't even understand classical Tamil? The written language and the spoken language are so different. Where I live in Santhom, you go to the fisherwomen in the beach outside to buy fish. The Tamil changes completely. In Madurai it changes. In Coimbatore it changes. Which Tamil are you going to make? Classical Tamil. In which case, in case of scientific education, modern scientific education, 90% of the technical terms have no Tamil equivalent. Of course, this applies to all Indian languages as well. So you want to take it on economics case, make the case for economics, Mr. Dayanidhi will be found short even there. So he's not even thought through the logic. But you see, the problem is people like him and PTR, who have very limited knowledge, they get boosted up by all these USAID paid agents to claim how brilliant they are, how intellectual they are. They will get the Nieman Fellowship in Harvard. They will get one guest column in New York Times. They will get a special feature in Washington Post. The Guardian will come and do one Charan Puja to them, etc., etc., Pal Abhishekam to them, etc., etc. God knows what all they do.
Well, viewers, I don't think we need to say anything more. This has been an exposition from both Dr. Raman as well as Abhijit Iyer Mitra. For once, they're actually in some ways agreeing with each other. I never thought that day would come, but hey, miracles do happen. We leave it at this, viewers. Vantage coming up with Palki Sharma. Don't go away. Stay with us.